Hey, welcome back to Uncle Al's Barbecue. Today I'm going to be making some blackened chicken jambalaya. And I'm going to see how fast we can do this recipe, but I'm going to do something a little unique with the blackened chicken. I'm going to cook it in this pan. So I'm preheating the oven at 425 degrees right now. I'm going to line the pan with some olive oil, clean these chicken up, season them with some blackened and some Creole seasoning. All right, and that's going to be for our chicken jambalaya, blackened chicken jambalaya. So let me clean up that chicken and show you what it looks like right before I put it in the oven. All right, we cleaned it all up, seasoned it up with the Creole and the blackened seasoning, and I'm going to put this blackened side down into that preheated glass pan to get that little burn and that little sear. These are skin-on thighs. I will take the skin off later. The reason that I'm making it in that pan in the oven, and I'll show you when I put it in there what it looks like, is because I'm also going to get some chicken broth out of these thighs that I'm going to add to some boxed chicken broth and some tomato sauce, some Worcestershire, and your regular seasonings, and that's going to go into the au poivre over here. And what I have is 2.5 things of celery. I'm going to use about 6 cloves of garlic. I'm going to use 1 onion, 1 shallot, and I'm going to use a orange and yellow pepper. And I don't decore them. I just cut them off the edge. And I'll show you all that when it's chopped up. And that's how I will make my trinity. You can do your trinity your way if you want to do green pepper, red pepper. You know, everyone has a different thing. But I found out for me, the yellow and the orange pepper just turns out to be a nice smooth flavor. I don't really like the green pepper. To me, it's overbearing. So that's where we're at. All right, the oven's up to temperature. Let's get these thighs in there. All right, them thighs are in that pan, and if you can hear it, it's sizzling. So they fit in there perfectly. We're going to let that roll at 425 for about 40 minutes. And then I'm going to dice it all up, and I'll show you what I do with that later on. That's right near the end when we dump in the rice. All right, see what I said? I don't core my pepper. I just cut all the edges off. And that's about all I use from the pepper anyway. So some can be used later if you want to save it. Heck, save the seeds, dry them out, try and plant some. I'm going to do that next year. But that's the way I do it. It's easier for me instead of going through all that. Because when you cut the edge off, look at these. Not one seed. When you cut the edge off, I can cut that white out, but basically that's what you want from the pepper. So, as a little trick, save you a lot of time and a little bit of a headache. Alright, let me show y'all how I cut me up an onion. I cut off that edge there, and cut off the other edge, straight on down. Then, I get this first layer, straight through, and peel that off. All right, there. The onion is cut and it's peeled. Now, you can cut it in half, like this, and just do a half at a time. Set that down there, and cut almost to the bottom, about a 1/4 inch apart, 1/8 inch apart. Ew, this one is not sharp, or that onion's weak, or I'm strong. Anyway, you make like a little rail. All right, then you'll turn it around, cut away from you at the end here. Make your little notches in there. All right, we seen that? Now, when we cut it this way, turn it, and cut it down, you can just go straight down, easy. Straight down easy. Straight down easy. Take your time, be careful. Alright, and now, you look at it, that's the size of your onion. Pretty cool, huh? I mean, it'll all bust apart, but that's your size. And then if you want to, what I'll do a lot of times is I'll just come across, because I like to kind of mince it, even though it's chopped, and just go across the whole thing, no break up. So you can see how them pieces are, and that's how you do your onion. Okay, y'all wanted to see that one more time? I cut from this way away from myself. So 1/8 to 1/4 inch down. 1/8 to 1/4 inch down. Try not to go all the way to the bottom. Don't let the knife go all the way through. Then when you get close, turn it around and cut away. Cut away from your finger. Cut away from your finger. And then near the edge, you know, it's going to kind of collapse. All right. So right there, we got all them lines going down. So then we just come across and just go straight down. Once again, about 1/4 inch to 1/8 inch. Just straight down. Straight down. Straight down. And yeah, you gotta have a good knife, a sharp knife. Go slow. Keep it away from your hand. At the end, you just kind of come straight down, straight down, straight down. Come across it. And basically all you're doing right now is just splitting it up. Just splitting it up. And there you go. You got your diced up onion. And that's what them pieces are going to look like when you put it in your pot. So that's it. All right. Onion is done. So I'm going to put in a 1/3 thing of butter into my pan. Let's get on over here to Mr. Pan. All right. There's Mr. Pan. Give me a scoop of butter. See that there butter? Put it in my pan. She's melting. All right. Spread that butter all around. To funky town. All right. Then we're just going to dial in here. Just the onion. All right. With the onion is in there. And put my lid on here, and I'm going to let that onion saute down for about a minute. And then we can come on over here and you see the rest of that. All diced up. Everything but my garlic, and I do the garlic last. Woo! We're bouncing all over today. All right, heck, let me show you how I do some of my garlic too. I'll just show you one. All the cloves are the same when you do it. Get your clove, get your knife, smash it. Then you'll have this little skin thing. You want to pull it on out. Ta-da! How about that, huh? And then you're going to do kind of the same thing. Just go, they call this a julienne. Go straight on down. Turn your garlic. And cut it just like you did with that onion. Real slow. Take your time. Alright. And there you go. There's your chopped up garlic. Pretty smooth, huh? Now repeat process 6 more times. All right, you see them onions? They are getting translucent. So now we're gonna dump in the rest of our Trinity. Let's dump it on in there, boy. Woo! All right. So we're gonna let all that sweat down. And then at the very end here, I'll make a hole in the middle just like that, and I'll add a little more butter. And that's where Mr. Garlic goes, which I just showed you how to cut that up a minute ago. So these vegetables, I'm going to let them go on down probably 5 to 10 minutes, add the garlic, and then we'll get to our liquid base. All right, let me show you what we're going to do for our stock here. You get your chicken broth, right? I pour in a 1/2 box of it. I don't measure. Just go by feel, about 1/2 box. Remember them thighs I'm cooking? And blackened chicken thighs? Usually 1/2 is about when you do it like this. Okay. Remember them thighs? Huh. Let's see what that is. Alright, that look like pepper. Then, get a little thing of tomato paste. Some people use, this is sauce, I'm sorry. Some people use tomato paste. I use sauce. Why? Because it's not as bearing as the tomato paste is heavy, but I just want a little bit of the tomato in there. My wife likes it. Always remember, cook for your wife. If she's going to eat it, you cook for her. Lesson number 1, guys. Obey your woman. Then we get out the old Worcestershire. Doesn't matter what kind it is, they're all kind of the same. I'd say I put in about 2 teaspoons. And that's it. I'll put it on the blender and I'll blend it up before you dump it in. And that is your stock for now. When the chicken gets done, I will use that stock and add that in later. And I'll show you that when the chicken's done and I dice it up here on the board. All right, our Trinity is doing good. So right now I'm going to dump the garlic in the middle of that after I put a little bit of butter. Okay, there's your garlic. And I'm going to let this simmer probably about 10 more minutes on medium and get that garlic to brown just a little bit. You can see the steam coming off. Then I'm going to add my liquid. I'll bring it up to a boil and then I'll turn it down and just let it simmer until I get ready to dice up that chicken. So the hard part's pretty much done. The rest, we just wait on that chicken, dice it up, get that on in there, and then we hit the rice, boom. Just sit down until that rice is cooked. While we at it, we're checking on that chicken. Look at it. She's about halfway done. All that, see all them juices? That's going to go into that stock too. Woo, listen to that. Blackened chicken jambalaya. All right, look at our Trinity. Man, oh man, is that looking good? All right, she's sweating off, and here we go. We're going to dump in that pitcher of the stock I told you about. Now, kind of right here, if you wanted to, this is basically a kind of a tomato bisque, or you can make a soup out of this. If you added another bottle of water and another can of the tomato sauce, this would be a vegetarian dish that you could make as a soup. See how it is? Look at that. This could basically be a vegetarian soup that is healthy for you. So always remember that. If you feel like a soup, you're sick, right? Not feeling so good with everything going on nowadays, this could be a soup for you. Just add 1 more can of the tomato sauce and 1 bottle of water with this stock. Woo, baby, I'm telling you. I'm telling you. All right. I'm bringing up that to a little roll boil. See that? There we go. It just started to boil. And I'll just put it on low. I mean, as low as your oven can go. And let that simmer until the chicken's done. And what this should do is just pulverize them vegetables. And just we kind of want to make them disappear. And every bite you get all of that Trinity. You know, in a piece of chicken and rice. That's the end game, is to every scoop you take out of here, every spoonful, you taste everything. All right. Now remember, we have not put the seasoning in yet. All right. The chicken is out of that pan, and that is just pure chicken juice right there. There they are. All right. With the seasoning on there, look at them. Cooked up. One of them just falling off the bone, juicy, hot. So I'm going to dice this up like I already diced this one up over here. And that's it, man. I'll pull this skin. Do not put the skin in your stuff. Look at that. Pull that skin off. Have some juicy chicken right there. So that's it, man. Chicken's done. Put on the glove. I'm going to dump the drippings from that pan into the pot. Then I'm going to dump this chicken in there, bring it to a boil, and dump the rice, man. We are almost timed to get this thing done. All right. There's that chicken. I just pulled the skins off, put them on another plate. Got all the meat off of it that I could, diced it up. I'm telling you, I'm leaving that on the bone. That's my little snack while I wait for this thing to cook thoroughly. All right, we dumped that juice in from that pan earlier. Now that we got her to a rolling boil here, we're gonna dump in this rice. Now I always wash and soak my rice and clean it out. And that's just the way I do it. Make sure it's cleaned up. All right, I put in 1 full cup of rice. We are at a boil. Now, we're going to put that lid on here. And I'm just going to put it on super low. As low as it can go. And let it just sit here and boil for about 20 minutes. And I'll check on the fluffiness of the rice. And usually I end up doing like 1 turn and fold it in. And after that, it's time to eat. All right, we kept it kind of simmering. That rice is fluffed up. Look at that. Let's give it a little fold over. Ooh, man, oh man. There we go. There we go. Yeah, I let this simmer for 30 minutes on the nose. And I can tell you I took a little sample of the taste of after I added the stock from the chicken thigh pan that I cooked. And man, look at that. Look at that there. Man, yeah. It looks done to me. So, let's go ahead and bowl some of this up and eat a little bit. Our jambalaya, blackened chicken jambalaya, is finally finished. Woo! A little side of garlic bread. Let's give this a flavor. See them vegetables still in there? Woo, that's still hot. See that? See all them little chunks of chicken too? All right. Man, that's it. I mean, it's Cajun chicken jambalaya. It tastes just like you would think you'd eat something in Louisiana. Fantastic. Give it a try, people. And you know, if you think about the recipe here, this recipe was pretty inexpensive and it's healthy for you. I mean, look at this pot. Okay, this would feed 7 or 8 people. You know, it's a little over a cup of rice, 4 chicken thighs. You've seen the rest of it: the peppers, the celery, the garlic, the shallot, the onion, and it's actually kind of healthy for you. The only bad thing in it, you know, is a little bit of the butter and some of the fat from the chicken skin. I did not put the chicken skins in there. See that skin? There's the skin. That's the flavor from that I put into the broth. So I got the flavor out of the skin, but I only put in meat. So if you think about it, it's chicken thigh, cooked, protein-packed, complex carbs from your rice, and all your vegetables. I mean, I think you ought to give it a try, and I hope you enjoyed this video. From start to finish, blackened chicken jambalaya. And you can taste that blackened seasoning in there. I'm telling you. You can taste it. Thank you again for watching Uncle Al's Barbecue. And if you like this video, come on, man. Hit that subscribe button. I mean, seriously, it's one click. That's all it takes. I mean, I got the best fried pan chicken there is in the world. 15,000 people watched it. But nobody clicks on it. And everyone says they like it. Just click it on. Help me out. Thank you. Have a good weekend.